Good morning. Quick overview, first impressions ride on the newly revised Honda CMX500 Rebel. The Rebel came out a couple of years ago using the parallel twin 500cc engine, also used in the CB500X and the CBR500R. Sort of a baby cruiser, and that is exactly what it is. It is a little cruiser. So today, as I say, I'm going to give you a quick overview of this bike. So what's different between last year's Rebel and this, the 2020? Well, for a start, a nice TFT dash. Not colour, but it doesn't need to be. Also, you get a nice gear indicator now, which you didn't have beforehand. Other changes for this year include LED lighting all round. I'll show you that later. You now have an extensive package of accessories, which you didn't have quite as many on the previous variant. But to me, the biggest change to this bike is actually the suspension. The suspension is not as jarring, if you know what I mean. It's a bit more plush, feels a lot smoother. And just makes the ride that much more pleasurable. Also, this year you now have a slightly revised screen cowling with a little tiny bikini screen built in. You can't really see it very much, it is quite subtle. To be fair, as are the majority of the changes. But yeah, it's alright. It's a good little bike. I'm 5'5", 5'6", and as you can see, my feet are a little bit high for my liking, but it's not an uncomfortable riding position. It is certainly a lot nicer than having my feet stuck out in front of me. But that's simply because I'm not used to cruiser style riding, and that's all that comes down to. Price, you're looking at around about £6,000 new from your local dealer, and these should be in the dealerships pretty soon if they're not already there. So a little 500cc engine, parallel twin. It's not a big lump by any stretch of the imagination, but for what this bike is, it's perfect. You know, you can sit quite happily 65, 70 without any qualms or problems, and it's just nice, comfortable cruising. You know, if that's all you want to do is just go out for a potter and you don't want to spend the money on, say, a Harley or another big cruiser, why not? Also, being a 500, it is A2 license compliant. So for some riders, they might look at this and go, actually that will do me perfectly because it's A2 compliant. It's nice and low, 730 something I think is the seat height. It's nice and low. It's not going to be intimidating to a new rider or someone that's stepping up from a 125. One of the benefits I can see of this LCD dash is it does make everything stand out a lot clearer. It's nice and simple. Speedo in the centre, gear indicator on your left, clock on the top, fuel gauge on the bottom. You do also have the option of being able to look at trip computers as well. You've got two of those, A and B. Gear change is so smooth on this little gearbox, it really is. It's an absolute pleasure. Side stand's nice and easy to find. So here we are. The 2020 CMX500 Rebel. As I said, the changes that you've now got: LED indicators, full LED headlight. You can see that small screen there. Plush seat. It's actually very comfortable. Mirrors work really well. And generally speaking, it's a nice little bike. As I've said, if all you're looking at is something to just cruise, or you're new to biking, then I can heartily recommend this. If it's the sort of bike that takes your fancy. And with that, folks, I'll speak to you soon. Keep safe and keep rubber side down. Ciao for now.